All right! Confusion post-Roe spurs delays, denials for some life-saving pregnancy care, miscarriages, and ectopic pregnancies and other common complications are now scrutinized, geopardizing maternal health. So this is the problem with these dumb motherfuckers, and this is why anyone that goes into this argument with exceptions for rape and incest, I'm sorry, that's a fascist talking point. If you're a liberal and you're like, oh, look, they're not even doing, first of all, or if you're a liberal and you're arguing like abortion is bad, but exceptions for rape and incest make it, I need you to go fuck yourself. I need you to go fuck yourself. I need you to go fuck yourself. Please, please, please stop watching my video. Pause this fucking shit and go fuck yourself immediately. Immediately. If you're at work, right, go into the bathroom. If you're driving your car for whatever reason, pull over immediately. Upon hearing this, if you think that the talking about exceptions for rape and incest, if you think that that's a worthy talking point, I need you to immediately stop whatever you're doing. Call in. If you're about to go to work, call in sick. And go fuck yourself, okay? And not in the good dick way. So, but you might be wondering, now that you're back, now that you've unpaused this video, you're back. I hope that, you had a good fucking of yourself, right? Because probably no one else is going to fuck you. But anyway, so hopefully you're feeling good. You got that post-nut clarity. So now let's get into why you're a stupid motherfucker. Because when you put, like, in a total abortion ban, except for rape and incest, right? How do you prove rape or incest? Or, like, except for life of the mother, how do you prove that your life is in stake? A doctor needs to do a checkup on you, and then they need to verify that your life is at stake. But whenever that happens, doctors will have to go through years and years of litigation. Why? Well, because the right is going to sue that doctor. They're going to say, oh, her life wasn't actually at stake. Oh, she was fine, etc., etc. So that means, right, a doctor is going to be, every time that there's two ways here. So there's one, objectivity. Your life is objectively at stake. There's like an 80% chance you're going to die. But if, you might survive, right? How do you weigh these odds, right? And then there's the subjectivity. Do I want to go through, I'm an abortion caregiver, right? Do I want to go through possibly 3 to 4 years of court battles and litigation? Do I want to go through this? Now, again, you might think, oh, the Hippocratic Oath, of course a doctor is going to help someone in their time of need. Well, first of all, you'd be wrong. Doctors don't really care about that shit. Now, a lot of them do. There's a lot of great doctors. But again, even great doctors, right? Imagine, imagine 2 years from now, 3 years from now, they've already got like 8 pending lawsuits. Is it really going to be worth adding another one? Right? Like, so again, I need you to understand this whole talking point about exceptions for life of the mother, rape, whatever the fuck. I want you to go fuck yourself. I want you to go fuck yourself. You are falling into the fascist trap. This is why I say fuck Roe v. Wade from the left. Fuck that shit. I want total access to abortion. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care if your life is fine. I don't care if your life is not fine. Now again, if the fetus, I call them parasites, if the parasite can survive outside the womb, great. Great. Take that baby out and do whatever you can with it. But again, if the parasite cannot survive outside the womb, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about that goddamn shit. Now again, to be honest with you, I don't really care either way. But, right, like again, like, so this idea of like, oh, post-birth abortion or like, oh, third trimester abortion, I don't give a shit. Do a fucking C-section, take that motherfucker out, throw it in the fucking bathtub. I don't fucking care, okay? Right? Again, I am sick of this fucking language bullshit, right? We've seen so many cases where people like someone in Georgia had a miscarriage and then they got sent to jail for a miscarriage. There was no medical intervention. There was no like doctor that like, said, oh, okay, they just had a miscarriage and they were sent to fucking jail and now we're going through like possibly years of court battles, right? So again, I need you to go fuck yourself with this talking point, right? I'm not pro-choice. I'm pro-abortion, okay? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about this. Abortions should be safe and rare. I don't give a fuck about that shit. As far as I'm concerned, if abortion gets totally legalized with no restrictions and abortion skyrocket, fuck it. That's a good thing. All right? And do we really need so many of these stupid fucking kids running around? Like, I mean, kids are fine, right, most of the time. But do we really need, like, people that can't, like, that don't have the resources to take care of their kids? Do we really need 10-year-olds having children? Like, what the fuck is that going to do to the child? Do we really need these children in our lives? No, we don't. So fuck you, fuck your talking points, and fuck you. So anyway, now with all that preamble, let's read this article from the Washington Post. A woman with a life-threatening ectopic pregnancy sought emergency care at the University of Michigan Hospital after a doctor in her home state worried that the presence of a fetal heartbeat meant treating her might run afoul of new restrictions on abortion. Again, the doctor said, I know your life is at stake, but I am sorry, I just can't do it. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. And again, can you really blame the doctor? Because let's say the doctor does it, and then they go to jail for 40 years, right? So again, this is the exact scenario that I've been talking about on my show, that anyone with a brain would be talking about. This exact scenario was happening all over the fucking country. At one Kansas City, Missouri hospital, administrators temporarily required pharmacist approval before dispensing medications used to stop postpartum hemorrhages, because they can also be used for abortions. So let's say you have the child. Boom. The kid's there, right? They're babbing away like a fucking dumbass, right? And then you're about to bleed to death. You're about to bleed to death. And so you need to have, you can't just get medication right away. Oh, no. We got to debate whether or not you're actually, do you have another kid up there? Let's get a magnifying glass. Oh, what's going on? Do you have, I think I see 2 of them growing in there. Sorry, we can't, you're going to bleed to death. I'm sorry. Jesus fucking Christ. And in Wisconsin, a woman bled for more than 10 days from an incomplete miscarriage after emergency room staff would not remove the fetal tissue amid a confusing legal landscape that has roiled obstetric care. Okay, so again, you have a miscarriage. You didn't do anything fucking wrong. Your body was just like, there was a glitch in the system. It didn't fucking work. It happens. Miscarriages are common. It's not like a miscarriage is like, oh, 1 in a million. No, it actually happens all the time. It happens every day, right? So imagine you have a miscarriage. That's already fucking sad enough, right? Let's say you were planning on having this baby. You were really looking forward to it. And then the fucking miscarriage happens. Damn, that's heartbreaking. And now you've got internal bleeding and no one's going to help you. You are literally dying. You might die and you can't go to the hospital. Now imagine if you got hit by a car, right, and you broke your both legs, and you go to the emergency room, and they're like, oh, sorry. We can't do leg surgery. Sorry, we just can't do it, because some Republican made a law. We can't do leg surgery? What the fuck? What the fuck? Now, I would go as far as to say that all of these laws, these abortion bans, I'd go as far as to say that they violate the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution. What is the 13th Amendment? Right, it's the one that bans slavery. It bans forced labor. So I'm saying, what do we call it? When someone is going into what? They're going into labor. And if the government is forcing them to go into labor, I don't know, man. That sounds like forced fucking labor. If the government says, if you don't go into labor, we will send you to jail, which then they will put you to fucking work in another way, right? Either way, you're fucked. You're a second-class citizen. You have no rights. And that's the thing about this. This is so horrifying. Is these people are literally forcing everyone, half of their states are all second-class citizens now. Immediately, overnight, when these bills pass. It's insane. It's fucking crazy-ass shit. In the 3 weeks of turmoil since the Supreme Court overturned the constitutional right to an abortion, many physicians and patients have been navigating a new reality in which the standard of care for incomplete miscarriages, ectopic pregnancies, and other common complications is being scrutinized, delayed, or even denied, jeopardizing maternal health, according to accounts of doctors in multiple states where new laws have gone into effect. While state abortion bans typically carve out exceptions when a woman's life is endangered, the laws can be murky, prompting some obstetrician. I can't pronounce this word. My dyslexia doesn't work. Obstetricians to consult lawyers and hospital ethics committees on decisions around routine care. So again, you are dying. You are bleeding out. And the doctor's like, oh, I'm sorry, I need to have a couple phone calls. And then they're in the other room for like 3 hours, right? All you see them through the glass going like, boo, right? Like, you know, and then they come in and they tell you, oh, sorry, we can't save your life. You're literally, I'm sorry, we can't save your life. You are going to die here. I'm sorry, you will die in probably about 3 hours. Nothing we can do. Sorry. Imagine having to go through that scenario. Like, imagine one day, right? You had a baby shower, right? All your friends go around the fucking thing. Like, you wake up, you have a baby shower. It's like 2 o'clock. Your friends come here. You get a crib. You get a fucking one of those like rocking horses. Like, damn, you got like a whole big box of diapers. You are ready to go. Then 4 p.m. You're cutting the cake. Boom. You're in the hospital. Fuck, you had a miscarriage. Now, not only is that a horrifying, terrifying, absolutely depressing experience to go through, but then you find out you've got internal bleeding. And then the doctors tell you, sorry, we can't save your life. You are going to bleed out and die here. You wake up excited for your baby shower. You're going to fucking have a baby any minute now. Then you die in the hospital because doctors aren't doing anything. And that's happening. That's what's happening in this country. And Republicans are like, yeah, fucking slut. What? What? Republicans are insane. I need you to understand, they're insane. Like, there is no good Republican. I'm talking about voters. I'm talking about politicians. There is no good Republican. There is no, oh, I'm a Republican, but I'm pro-choice. If you vote for Republicans, you're not pro-choice. You're a dumbass, okay? There is no good Republican. Your uncle who's a Republican, piece of shit motherfucker. Your dad's who's a Republican, piece of shit motherfucker. There is no such thing as a good Republican. It's a made-up myth. It's a fairy tale. It's like Santa Claus. It's like the Easter Bunny. It's like God, motherfucker. It's made up. Someone somewhere made it up and they told you this fucking lie, and you need to fucking get rid of that shit in your brain. That is misinformation. That is disinformation. It's like that episode of fucking King of the Hill where like fucking Lucky's trying to get the fucking GED. I was watching King of the Hill recently. Lucky's trying to get a GED and then Peggy's the substitute teacher, so he teaches him. But then he teaches Lucky that 2 + 2, it equals 6. What? Equals 6, right? That's disinformation, motherfucker. You got lied to. There is no good Republican. Whoever told you that lied to you. Maybe they didn't lie to you on purpose. Maybe someone else lied to them and then they just passed down that lie. But I need you to understand there is no such thing as a good Republican. It's made up. It's made up. And I'd be willing to go as far as to say there's no such thing as a good Christian as well. Like, oh, you can be a Republican, you can be a Christian, and be fine to communicate with or talk to on an interpersonal level. But overall, you are a net negative on society. Overall, you are a fucking destructor of society. I don't give a shit if you're fun at parties. If you're a Republican, if you're one of these Christian motherfuckers, I don't like you. At this point in time, because these good Christians, and I'm going to go into more on Christians later, these good Christians, how do you square this away? How do you like, oh, God's great, God and Jesus are wonderful, and they're going to help us all? Except the world is getting worse, our rights are being stripped away, and God's nowhere to be found. But he's great! And Jesus is watching me jerk off, but he can't intervene in a doctor trying to save my life. What? I'm sorry, you're a fucking moron? Someone somewhere lied to you, and you need to fucking educate yourself? I'm done with religious people. Not just Christians, not just the Christian fundamentalists. I am done with all religion. Fuckers. Fuckers. Fuck them all. That is called enabling. That is called appeasement. When you say, oh, God's real, but their version of God is distorted. Yeah, I'm sorry. God's not real. Not only is their version of God distorted, but God isn't real in the first place. Religion is a gateway drug to Christian fucking fundamentalism and fascism. That's what it is. It's a gateway drug. So anyway, you can read more of this if you'd like. But this fucking shit is scary. It's horrifying. And anyone that supports this fucking shit at all, they're an enemy. Not just an enemy to me, not just an enemy than anyone who's ever in these situations, but an enemy of humanity, an enemy of the human fucking race. These people, Republicans, religious fucking freaks. And that includes your good fucking Christian fucking family. That includes whatever the fuck. I'm sorry, go fuck yourself with your religion. Go fuck yourself.